us? Can you hear us?
Because we hadn't unmuted ourselves.
See, family. I have to apologize. Let's start that again and let's do a rewind.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
This is gonna be great. This is what you get for stars in trouble. Anyway, guys, welcome to Diaspora You Should Know. I am one half of BKLTV.
And I'm the other half, Ursula. You gotta keep a straight face, man.
We have got a live show to you tonight, guys.
We have.
My wife over here, she's already cracking jokes and she's got me so distracted. You know what I'm saying? Guys, but don't worry about it. We're going to get back into the swing of things.
We are.
If this is the first time that you're tuning into this channel, guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Yes. And of course, feel free to share the video if you want to. But of course, family, we're going to bring on our co-host, you know what I'm saying, the sexy, vivacious,
the beautiful, fabulous Miss Maison Mocha
herself. You know what I'm saying, my sister, Kaya Gabian from the Diaspora channel. Woo! What's going on, sis?
Hello, gorgeous.
I'm good. I'm so happy. It's Friday. Yeah, guys. It's Friday. Even the days I'm like, you know, but yeah, it's all good. So good. Always a pleasure to see my amazing, beautiful, fabulous couple always on the screen. I love you guys.
Thank you. We know, since we have to make an effort for you.
Wow.
I mean, you are like Miss Maison Mocha. It's like
you're a Friday night date.
I know.
Like,
yeah, she is.
Coronavirus, you know.
We look forward to Friday.
Same here. Happy Friday to everyone in the chat. I hope you guys are all doing well. Always a pleasure spending time 1 hour with this great couple right here. And we are all here to celebrate one of our own. So I'm going to let Mr. and Mrs. Ngonade take the floor.
Okay. Oh, thank you, sis. I really appreciate that. So, guys, Diaspora You Should Know is all about real Africans, guys.
Yes.
People like you and me. Well, extraordinary people,
extraordinary
guys. You know what I'm saying? That are doing amazing things on the ground and on the continent and who have gone back. And our guest tonight, guys, is, I don't want to say her name wrong, so I want to say, go on, you say
it's Sister Naa Amerley Asante
Amar. So
guys, we're bringing you the full Ghanaian names here, guys.
Full names, family. You know what I'm saying? So Sister Naa, we're gonna bring you on. Hey, family, can you hear us, sis?
Yes, I can.
Oh, hey, sis.
Lovely to see you all.
Oh, sis, thank you so much for blessing us with your presence on our platform.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
1 second, family. Let me just some things.
Okay. Sis, thank you so much for coming on. We're really excited. Some of our viewers might already have noticed this sister already from an interview that she did on the Diaspora channel. So hopefully this face is not a stranger to you guys, but we're going to get to know you a little bit more, sis. We're going to tell everybody your story and just share a bit more about what you're doing on the amazing continent. And that's what's really important. But I'm going to kick it off to Sister Kai to start, to just so you can introduce yourself to us a bit more. Go on, Sister Kai.
Wow, Sister Naa, so good to have you here. You looked amazing. I love the hairstyle. You know, this can only happen on the motherland. That's what I'm talking about. So we are so excited to have you here with us tonight. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's a fantastic way to, I guess, kickstart the weekend, to hang out with you guys. It's awesome.
Please, yes, Sister Naa, go ahead and tell the viewers who you are, a little bit about yourself. And, you know, you have so much to share with us tonight. So, yeah, please go ahead.
Sure. But like, we've only got an hour. I'll do my best. So I'm Sister Naa Amerley Asante Amar. I'm a London-born Ghanaian, so I was born and bred in the UK, and have recently relocated to Ghana in West Africa, where I'm originally from, with my 2 boys, where we've been living for the last 7 months now. That time has gone really fast.
Wow.
I am, so a mother of 2 sons. I'm a UK employment lawyer by profession. Not lawyering out here in Ghana, but that's what I've been doing for the last 16 years. And So I'm also an intuitive life coach, working primarily with our sisters in the diaspora. I am a presidential aspirant for Ghana. Watch out, 2024. And
no, hold on. Don't just breeze over that part. You see what I'm saying? It's like I said to people at the beginning of the show, it's about diasporans doing extraordinary things.
Exactly.
And you just got us to speak. Yeah, I'm just but no. Proclaim that one loudly, sis, just so our people didn't hear it in the back.
Okay, so I am on a path, a mission to contest to become the first female president of the Republic of Ghana. Didn't quite get to Ghana in time for 2020. We had our elections. Ghana had its elections in December 2020. But I live my life by everything happens at the time that it's supposed to happen. So, and I've got plenty to do this 4 years and counting. So I don't have a political background. That whole mission and everything is tied to one of the other things that I'm heavily involved in. I'm a co-founder of a non-profit organization in Ghana called Power to Our Mothers Foundation Africa, which has so registered here in Ghana, but it has a presence that's growing in Zambia, Nigeria, Kenya, and the UK. And next to Togo is our next, our next spot. But all with a view to helping our fellow mothers and mother figures, women and girls, empower themselves on multiple levels to empower the ultimate mother, the motherland.
Excellent. I love that, sis. That's what I'm saying, people. When we're saying that we've got some guests coming on, it's just like, sis, like, how do you find the time for starters?
Do some amazing things
and secondly, obviously, you're on the continent now. Obviously, we're all about the change of the narratives. You're definitely changing the narrative. What's it been like being on the ground, like actually changing this narrative, not just speaking about doing it?
Yeah, it's been so I'm really grateful. It's been wonderful. I would say, like, literally when we arrived here, for us to actually finally be settling here, not going back and forth. And I literally said freedom. Like I had a small party come to meet me at the airport and did like a short interview. And I literally said freedom because the way that we feel, and I speak on behalf of my sons and I, like we haven't known a freedom like we're experiencing now anywhere else in the world. And like my boys are 10 and 7. So for them to feel like that, out of the mouths of babes, they're just so happy, and me as well. Of course, there are things to acclimatize to, getting used to our culture and things. But it feels very natural, it doesn't feel like hard work. So I'm grateful. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Because obviously for a lot of us, we think about the move, but for a lot of us, we don't actually get to do it. So you have done the move, sis, and you do have 2 boys. So can you just share a little bit more insight what that was like moving your family, for that?
Yeah. So everybody has their family. People should move the way that I moved, but before the move came the vision. So, the work that I was doing in the UK, where I was focusing more and more with working with women through my coaching, I myself receiving coaching and getting clear on what I wanted to do. And I'd had a background like story where literally having a dream telling me that I need to go home and help my sisters, So I had this backdrop before. It wasn't let me wake up one morning and say, oh, we're going to move to Ghana. But in terms of moving the family, it was very easy because I was the last one that said we should go. My ex-husband, the boy's father, we'd always had in our vision when we were together that the boys would spend some time schooling in Ghana. And when we separated, unfortunately, wasn't sure how that was going to happen. But then each time the boys went for Christmas, every time they come back, "Mummy, mummy, mummy, when are we moving to Ghana?" So as the vision was becoming more clear to me, and then I was like, "Oh, okay." So when I said to them, "We're gonna go," they were over the moon.
They were like, "Yeah," they were like, "Let's do this."
Yeah, mummy, what took you so long?
That's really good. Yeah, it's really good. The boys are really having a good time, because that's the next question I wanted to ask you. Like, how are they settling? But with what you said, there is no need to ask. They are having a fantastic time over there. And with what we know here, with the gun and the knife crimes in the UK, I think that's just the best decisions for yourself and the boys, due to what we know already. So, what do you have to say to parents out here? At some point, all of us, we need to go back, but especially those that have boys, young boys. Anything you like to say to them?
I think for my sons, we recognize that for our children anyway, as in our African children outside the motherland, it is difficult. No matter how successful, intelligent, however high in ranks you climb, it is difficult because of how society views us. So for my boys, there was on one hand that I knew that yes, it's great for them to be here because everybody looks like them. But I literally was gobsmacked when I had I have a show on Sundays where I speak to our sons, the men. Like, I call it Mothering Sunday. Well, I speak to the men about the influence of their mother on their lives. And one show, I had my boys on the show. I've never done that before. I'm questioning whether I'll do it again. But it was.
How was that?
This is when they say kids and shows and live shows don't mix.
Well, but no, my 10-year-old did really well. My 7-year-old stayed on about 2.5 minutes. That's record time for him. So I'm like, well done. Okay. But my 10-year-old, he likes to converse. And literally, like I was trying to say, that on one hand, I knew that for them being here, to some extent, they'll have many less challenges because they're just accepted for who they are. There is not the same kind of level of harassment and things. But I was gobsmacked when my son, I was asking him how, things are being here. And he basically said something like, he really has a real found appreciation for, he was basically showing how he gets the difference between being surrounded by many more Black or African women and how he can relate to them than like when we were back in the UK, and being around other. And I was like, wow, so they know. They know these things. They pick up on these things. And my 7-year-old, he was lucky enough. Randomly, he had a Ghanaian teacher in his first 2 years at school, and it's funny because I thought one of them was really quite harsh. But when it came to, it's the little things. When it came to, like at Christmas, the children, they give gifts and cards and things. And his teacher was an English woman, a white English woman who I think has the patience of a saint. She was great. But when I said to my 7-year-old, who was 6 at the time, okay, there's these cards, and I thought he wanted to give the nicer one to his teacher, the English woman, because she was really nice. But he said no. He wants to give it to the teaching assistant, the Ghanaian one. And she's the one that I thought had been tough with him. But it goes to show you, they recognize the love and attention, for their own. Because she literally would just treat him like his son, so those kind of things. For them to be here, it's awesome. And I would, it's a valid and an important consideration for our parents generally, but definitely our parents of our sons, because their experience is tough.
No, that's quite heavy, you know what I'm saying? Because one of the things that I was very curious, because I do see a lot of diasporans, especially in the YouTube sphere, you don't really see a lot of families moving per se, or even documenting that move. I mean, you do have, the few, you've got the Champongs, you've got Tony and Ayo that went to Ghana. You know what I'm saying? You've got there's one more family. I forget the name as well. You know what I'm saying? So you do have the various families, obviously Black Set, Bags, and all the rest of that. But when you see it, especially having a younger family, you know, when you have like children under the age of 15 or possibly under the age of 10, even moving. I'm always wondering, what is that like? You know what I'm saying? Preparation wise, you know, getting the kids mentally ready. What were your fears that you were, you know, able to overcome in terms of taking the whole family from one environment to another?
So I think the biggest things were what's important to them at that time is like their friends, but it wasn't their friends and their cousins who they're really close to. But having said that, you know, they knew that coming to Ghana, their father would be here because he's been out here for a while. They've got other cousins that they're really close to. They love the country. So whilst they would be, there would be some, you know, missing some friends and things. It wasn't so much that they thought, oh no, we won't go. Do you see what I mean? We are more thinking, okay, so how can we, you know, can we video call those friends? How can we keep in touch with them? You know, we had video calls with my mum's sisters and their niece and nephew, like for the special occasions. So it's how we keep that bond, you know, that bond going. The other thing that I would say is that the younger we take them, I mean, it's still early days for us, but why my ex-husband and I had decided that our boys would school here is that the younger you take them, the more resilient they are at that stage, the more adaptable they are, and the less attached they are to what they've come to know. So from that perspective, it's kind of easier for them. And then the other thing is that it's actually better for them to school. If you're looking just at the schooling, it's better for them to school at the younger age, because it's at the younger age where the schooling is much better compared to out in the West. And then when you look at maybe university, that's when they go out to the States or the UK or somewhere like that.
Oh, that's
no, it's just, you know, I think that's amazing, and it's actually. I know I'm going to be like joining you on your show soon, and I remember you said to me, what was one of the topics? Like, oh, can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Yes. Sorry.
I remember
we may be some church music in the background.
Yeah, I was wondering if he's on this one. Where is he from?
We literally have a church next door. And it's Friday night, and Friday night is like their club night.
I check my phone. I'm like,
hey, there's church.
It's like, yeah, all good. Do that where people are not trying to sleep, and you know they too want. You know what I mean? So we yet to have a conversation.
At least it's not a mosque.
Sorry, Sister Ursula, you were saying.
They're punctual, you know, on the mosque. They're punctual.
And the bells.
And the bells. And you know.
No, I was just saying, sis, because I know I'm quite blessed because you've asked me to come on your show, and you asked what one of the topics to be talking about, and that was actually a topic which I said is really close to my heart, about raising kids here. I'm strongly for raising our children on the continent and giving them that education, and that is coming from a childcare and education background. Do you see what I'm saying? I think it's so important, sis. I think we undervalue just the level of socialization they get here. That's not to the benefit. They're not giving culture here. They're not giving certain things. And as well as I know, a lot of parents will worry about, what's it like taking kids over there? And in the day, we underestimate just how much they recognize and how much they associate as themselves once we put them in that environment. And how adaptable they are. And just hearing your story about your boys, because, you know, repatriation is definitely for us. It's on our cards. But when I hear things like that, it just makes you feel good, because you're seeing another mom taking her children there, and you're filled with all the don'ts. And when you see people actually doing it, sis, it's much more inspirational, because it's like, well, if that sister can do it, then we can all do it, you know?
Definitely.
Absolutely. And and it's really encouraging, because there are more and more people doing that. You know, I recently spoke to a brother who, all things being equal, he should be moving out to the Gambia soon with his 3 daughters. Single dad moving out to Gambia with his 3 children, and going to make his own impact on the motherland. I'm sure Sister Kaya, you should be speaking to him soon, but he's got a fantastic story. The one thing I would say is that, coming home, I think it's really important how we strike a balance that is good for us.
Yes.
Because as much as I will always say, and I've never said that I regret being in the UK. Like I was born and bred there, and I've had fantastic opportunities. I've learned great things. I've had great networks. People do ask me if I miss the UK, and I said no, I don't miss the UK. I miss the people in the UK. Because like that chapter of my life, is closed. All it gave me. But my point is that so there are pros and there are cons. But one thing I think I would say for parents, bringing out their children here is acclimatizing to the culture. And from my own experience, what I would say about the culture, and especially with children, is that children, this is a big generalization, but it's my experience. Children don't have as much as a voice here in Ghana as they do outside, or let's say in the UK, because that's where I've lived. And what I mean by that is that there very much is that culture of, not quite extreme as, children should be seen and not heard, but that thing about respect. And so, what it becomes is that I would say that comparatively, children that are born here, it's not as easy for them to express, themselves, maybe to their parents or elders, as our children out in the diaspora would be. I mean, I would think that there are times where our children will be looked at and somebody would say, well, but that's rude. Well, we would just say is that no, but they're expressing their view, respectfully, but they're expressing their view, and we give them that because we want them to be able to, identify, tell people what they think, how they feel, get into conversation, discussion, whatever, before they hit adulthood. So that is a bit different here. So I would just, say about how we acclimatize to the culture and just learning different things. Like one random thing I learned is like, you don't whistle at night or something like that. I was like, what's that about? We don't whistle.
Share, guys, share.
There are so many.
That one.
There are just a lot of don't this, don't do that. You can't sweep at night.
Yes, that one.
Forget it. Like I'm not part of that.
Like superstitious stuff.
No.
Yeah.
Can I be honest, family? And this one saying about our people need to learn history, right? Because a lot of things that we say are superstitious are rooted in colonialist. What's the word? Colonialist oppression, right? In the sense that I say this, there's a particular colonialist who, European Caucasian lady who didn't like a certain guy, and then she made a road. I can't remember the story properly. I'm gonna have to look it up again to bring it back. She diverted a whole road around the town because she didn't want to see this guy's house, right? And this is a colonialist. Lady or something. So some crazy rule that she made up, you see what I'm saying, ended up becoming law within the country. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
Things like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. A lot of
deep rooted in something else.
Deep rooted in some silly thing. You see what I'm saying? That's happened in the past, and we need to really look into those things.
But I think also in Africa is a lot of superstition.
A lot.
Well, you could, I was going to say maybe unless you dig under dig to find out like what the rationale is. Yeah, some of the things you just think, no, seriously, can this be?
Yeah.
But I think that's the point, is that we don't come with an assumption, that thing, but we ask questions. I think, and that's the best thing that I would say is like just ask questions. You may hear something that you just think this makes no sense, but like ask questions. Why is that? Some of the things, they really don't make sense. Like for me, the way that a lot of the buildings are built with bars, they have buildings that they're built with bars, behind the windows, and these bars, they're not movable. So I understand, like from security, you want to keep people out, But especially being a woman, I'm thinking if I'm in the house and I need to get out through the window, I can't. So that one I don't understand.
Yeah. What? Yeah. No, I agree with you on that, sis. I don't understand why they don't just put the locks where you can use the key to open the actual gate, the bars itself.
I know, it's like the bars like literally built into the window
put
frame.
It into the wall itself. It's like, just give me one, you know, maybe one for like an emergency exit sort of thing. Sorry, guys. Before we go into the next section, guys, I just wanted to do some ads and do some messages, guys. So 1 second. Let me just say it like this. Right, guys. So I just wanted to do some messages and some lives. So don't forget to like, share. Share. Is
that what we're doing now? We're sharing.
I'm getting tongue-tied already. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video, right, guys, so that we can get the video. We can get the content out and we can get the content ranked, and more people can enjoy the content and enjoy the video. So let me put this on. Did it go? Did it not go? Did it mute me? Where is it? Did it play? No, it didn't play. It didn't play.
Oh, the joys of YouTube.
You press the StreamYard, you do what it do, and then they don't want to play. But anyway, family, okay, let me just give you this now. I'm going to play some commercial breaks, and we'll be back on the other side.
And we're back.
And I have left the banner flying up in the middle of everybody's face. What is wrong with me?
I like that.
Well, maybe that was perfect actually, because I don't think, sis, you really got to tell us a lot about your coaching, because that's what I really wanted to go into as well.
Embrace yourself,
because I don't think we've really touched upon, guys. We haven't really touched upon this sister and the work that she does with other women, not just empowering and educated. Sis, you have I've been on your Instagram, guys. I've been on the Instagram, the Facebook, guys. Please make sure and go check the sis out.
Yeah.
But sis, you've done so many things. You've interviewed so many people, and it's like just in what you're doing. So could you please let us know about your coaching and how it's just helping?
Okay, so my coaching stems from me myself having been coached after a time of just going on a journey of to gain greater self-awareness, really clarify what my purpose was when I was at a low time in my life, I would say. And so as I was learning more about myself and then I started coaching, what it did for me was just really open me up to my potential. I'd given up a lot of things, not because anyone had told me, but I'd just given them up. More my personal pursuits, but that were important to me. I've been involved in music since I was 7 years old. I learned to play the violin and viola. I used to perform at orchestra,
talented.
Music halls, weddings, and I used to sing in different. So music was like a big part of my life, and I kind of got to a stage, marriage, children, gave it all up, and then kind of got stuck. So the coaching and learning about myself helped me to kind of reconnect with that, and then also now open me up into doing bigger things. And that's when I started thinking about what I can do to play my part, in helping to contribute and give back to the motherland, like home, So getting into the coaching, first it was literally, okay, wow, I'm learning about all this amazing stuff about myself. How can I help other women do the same? So I was coaching women from all different backgrounds, you know, helping them get clear on what it is that they want to do, how they achieve that, all ultimately via getting them reconnected with their intuition, which all women have. We have different levels at which we're connected to it, but that ultimately is that us being able to listen to ourselves to guide us, because we're all unique individuals, you know. And even though somebody can give you a toolkit or a strategy or whatever, because of your unique talents, gifts, you know, skills, there'll be a way that you approach it that maybe somebody else doesn't approach it. So the coaching, the theme around what I am doing is helping mothers and mother figures, aka women, empower themselves, because that is the quickest way to, it's like the catalyst to empower the motherland, because women are the majority of the population globally. And so and we have a proverb, let's say in Africa, definitely Ghana, but I've learned that other Africans share this. So an African proverb that says, educate a man, you educate an individual. Educate a woman, and you educate a nation. So by helping one woman empower herself, get on her feet, feel grounded, you've already empowered a whole family, a whole nation, you know. So that's the motivation and the story. So one aspect of that is my coaching, and I'm working with sisters in the diaspora, because that's been my journey. So really relatable, and we've got sisters doing amazing things, and it's like helping them get clear on what that is and get moving, you know, to really uplift our community, like the African community, wherever we are.
Absolutely, I love
So
that.
when it comes to the one in like the sisters in Ghana, how easy is it for you, like, to reach out to them?
Well, I would say they're all around, if you like. The reason I focused on I guess coaching in the diaspora is because the mission is to help those who want to, a lot of them, be clear on what they want to do should they wish to come home, and if they don't, still how they create an African legacy from where they are. For the sisters here, it's more a question of you know, like at not Easter, at Christmas, you know, I ran a program. I spoke to the sisters in the community, just really how to empower them, you know, reminding them, you know, how they can be like inspirational mothers and daughters. So the women, how to uplift them, because as we know, women do a lot, but we take it for granted, and it's like some people will accuse us of making it look easy, but it's not. So it's just like giving them that space to acknowledge that they are, however difficult, or you know, wherever they are doing a good job with what they have, and how specifically the sisters can come together and help each other, because it's important. It doesn't mean that we don't need help from our men, but it's equally, if not more important, that the sisters support each other. So it's really easy. Like I'm surrounded by women from different backgrounds. So sometimes we just have chats. They'll come to the house. You know, we eat together. We're, you know, so it's a bit
community.
Exactly.
Oh, and you know, I think that's what's missing here. Like, obviously, you know, sis, we're all about sisterhood, brotherhood. We're all about the family structure. Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? And what I tend to find, I'm going to keep it very real, sis. A lot of the time in the West, they speak about a lot of women empowerment and things like that. But then we're not really seeing strong communities of women like coming together and supporting each other. So whereas I believe on the African continent, there is a great, I think, understanding for women and sisterhood. So I'm seeing things like organizations like what you're doing, helping women in Africa also be supported. I think that's amazing. I know that you've got like a GoFundMe, haven't you? Helping with some. Could you just share with us the GoFundMe, a little bit more about that, please?
So I actually have two separate ones. I had a GoFundMe. I have a GoFundMe, which was helping me, especially when I was transitioning with the move and on the path for presidency. So that was with that one, you know, helping logistically and actually, to contest for the presidency. There's another funding page we have, which is I guess it's Africa Go Get Funding. But that is for like our largest project we have with Power to Our Mothers Foundation Africa, where we are building a village. We will say the first of many, but we're building a village in the greater Accra region called Asante-Armar. And it's what we call a maternal focused, purposeful, multi-purpose village, progressive community village, where a lot of things that we seek to have there are focused on empowering or helping the women empower themselves, the women and the girls, but also providing accommodation. I mean, we live together, but also to welcome our brothers and sisters in the diaspora who want to relocate to the motherland, not necessarily because they're from Ghana, but they want to relocate to the motherland, and they actually want to feel part of society, community, and not be kind of stuck on a colony for diasporans. Yeah, is that what I say?
Yeah.
That's very important.
Kind of doing the diaspora village and then
Diaspora village. No, it's good what Sister Naa and Power to Our Mothers are doing, in the sense that they are preparing the ground for anyone that might think, oh, I don't have no connection on the continent. You know, you are already putting things together for them. So I think this is a very, very important GoFundMe to go and actually go and drop something there, because they are not doing it for themselves, but they are doing it for all of us.
I was gonna say, sis, if you like, because if you can say it to me, so I can then put it in the chat or put it in the stream so that people
can support.
What I'll do is I'll put it here. Okay. So thank you so much. It's what can I say? Early days, but for now we have secured a lot of land for the foundation, and we starting slowly, you know, cultivating, growing some veggies, you know, that kind of thing, because it literally is the vision is to take us back as far back to Mother Nature as possible. So you know, we
real off the grid living.
Absolutely off the grid living, yeah. But eat what we grow. You know, people that come there, they can, especially the women, like I said, acquire skills and things that they can be self-sufficient. You know, so really, especially the ones that they basically don't have anywhere to live, so that we can kind of help them meet their basic survival needs, so they can think higher than that. Because, you know, we'll have conversations, whether we've had it amongst the four of us, but I'm sure you have it in other such platforms where we talk a lot about mindset. And I'd say that being in a space to address your mindset is a privilege, because for you to be in that space, you are not necessarily having to worry about, what am I going to eat today? Where do I, you know, where's the roof over my head? How do I clothe my children? You may have bills to pay, sure. But I said, I defy anyone. If you're spending the day out on the street selling pure water, selling drinks, snacks, whatever, to defy anyone to tell that person, okay, so, you know, have you thought about the purpose for your life and how you can be a responsible citizen contributing to your country? I'm like, you know, I think that's a bit of a stretch.
No, that's real. That's real. That's real. I think a lot of the times we underestimate like the basic necessities, which are actually luxuries to a certain extent. And it's like, because we're over here in the West and we take for granted the roofs over our heads, we take for granted so many bits and pieces and convenience. And when you think that there's people where you're trying to build a village and a community for people that even at base level can just have that, how much more then can they think? Do you see what I'm saying? When you don't have to think about where are you going to sleep and where your children going to sleep and what are you going to eat? Do you see what I'm saying?
This is what I say, and I totally agree with that.
Absolutely.
If you don't mind, I want to add two things. This is why I always say about our people, right? Number one, you know, we always talk about family, and we talk about building that community structure, and we believe and we understand that the men bring the morality and the discipline, and that's their role, and then our women, they transmit the culture and the norms. So when you were saying what you're saying about dealing with teaching a man versus teaching a woman, that's absolutely correct, because once the sister learns that is now transmitted through the culture, that is transmitted to the children, that is transmitted to the environment. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the first point where I think we do need to get back to, especially speak to our diasporan brothers and sisters who have lost that relationship dynamic with the whole, or they've disconnected from that. The second thing I was going to say was, it's just got my head. Yes, physiological needs, right? Yes. So the basic physiological needs that every human being requires, you know, a roof over your head, to eat, you know, warm clothes, and that human companionship. It's like once you have that, or you've accomplished those, or met those needs, then your mind is free to create and to, you know, to dream and to do all the other amazing things that you can do. And I say that's where we as a people are being disingenuous to each other, because somebody be like, oh well, he made it over there, but I'm like, yeah, but look at our people. You know, you want to look at them and put them down. You allow them to just meet those physiological needs at a basic level. How much more could they excel? Do you see what I'm saying?
Or sorry to interject, or when like some of our people say, oh, but people aren't really doing it, and then when we've got people like yourselves who are doing it, it's like, yeah, but you're not supporting those people. You're not supporting those avenues.
That's the problem.
This is the thing. People will go and fund other things of less substances, and it irks me, because this is why with diaspora, you should know, we want to showcase what people are doing, so people can have a direction to look at. Oh, this person's doing this. Okay, I'm clear on that. I can support what this person's endeavors are. And there's no more excuses for saying, oh, we don't know. Because everyday people that look like us are doing amazing things and helping to provide a security, roofs over people's heads, clothes on people's backs, and communities for people to grow. And we're not going to promote that. That to us makes no sense whatsoever at all. So
it's so good. It's so good you said that, because when Sister Nat shared about the presidency project, you know, she's on that. I'm like, this is the kind of thing we keep taking time, 2, 3, 4 hours, going back and forth debating. Our leaders are this, they are that, they are that. They are, you know, they are just, most of them, they are, we say they are useless. So now we have a fresh face, someone with vision, and then you bring them on, and you know, it's very disappointing. But I really applaud you for what you are doing and what you want to do for Ghana and beyond Ghana. So whatever we can do in our small corner to be part of that and to support you, definitely, you know, we will be there.
Absolutely, thank you so much. I'm very encouraged, because, and I know that this is an important and an opportune time, because even in the short space, like it's only in September 2019 that I announced on social media, at least, that okay, I'm moving to Ghana, I'm going to run for presidency, and the number of women who I have met, either in politics or now thinking about entering politics, since then, it's great. You know, other people, women wanting to run for presidency in Uganda, in Kenya, in Zambia, in the Ghana's elections in December. It's the first time they had 3 women stepping up to run for president. You know, so things are changing already, and it's how we can accelerate that, or encourage, you know, other people. And to anyone out there who you know, may think that, oh, but what's the big deal? It's just about gender. It's not just about gender. You know, the message that I carry, and definitely the Power to Our Mothers Foundation Africa carries, is that it is about the mother. It's the maternal aspect that is missing from our leadership. You know, and when you think about it logically, if it's not even if, women are the global majority, even if it's 1%, that's a majority, right? So women are the global majority. So how do we think that the world is going to continue being okay when technically you have the minority making the decisions for the majority, and they don't even understand half the things that we go through? Like, it's not going to work. It's not working. So it's literally to just let the mother's voice be at the table. We're not saying like kick all the men out, no, but the mother's voice is missing, and the mother's voice being the one that everybody looks to make sure that the family is well. And so I say that, I say to my sisters, to encourage my sisters, like, it's time for us to look after our nations the way that we look after our home, because, we're already wearing the different ministerial hats. Minister of Education, got that one. Minister of Agriculture, Food and Agriculture. Minister of Transport. Minister of Finance. I'm wearing those hats already, right? for my boys. And as are other women. Do all women have to run for presidency? No. But there's a lot more that we can do, that we have kind of convinced ourselves that it's not our place. And it's like, no, it is our place. And we do need to now, because our men are working hard as well. That's the other thing. It's not like the men are sitting down doing nothing. But for me, when things are happening and they're not going well, for me, that's a signal that something drastic has to change. So the mothers now have to come back to the table and be like, okay, it's our turn again now. We need to take care of home. And our brothers, our sons, the men that get it, they support us.
Sis, that actually leads me into the next section, which I wanted to ask you about. So two questions, and they lead on from each other, right? So I'll ask the second question first. The second question is, obviously, would love for you to share some of your goals and aspirations for you and your family for Africa going forward. But that's the second question. But the first question is, speaking about women taking leadership roles and stuff, things like that. Obviously, it's very unfortunate, and our condolences go out to President Magufuli, or ex-President Magufuli's family. But my question is, obviously, with him passing, and you have her name just slipped my mind. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I apologize. With our sister stepping up into being president and taking over now, how do you relate to that? You know what I'm saying, in terms of the question of inspiration and goals going forward,
and the fact that you're going to be going down a presidential campaign.
Yeah.
So, Brother Franklin, it happens. Yeah. So you're talking about Madam Samia Suluhu Hassan, or Mama Samia, who has just. I know it happens to me sometimes. Who was the deputy? Who was the vice or the deputy, and has now been appointed, the president of Tanzania. And I think that it's a fantastic, exciting time. Aside the point that Tanzania has lost a beloved president, but the fact that looking at the kind of man that he was, like ready to just be bold-faced, step out, like, I'm not following what you're trying to tell me to do. Like, he was like direct, So looking at somebody like that, I would, some may not agree, but I would automatically trust that, okay, the people he's got around him, like he would make sure that he's left the country in good hands. And she didn't just, she's been, I think she's been around since something like 2015. She didn't like just step into, she's been around for a while. And I think so it's really exciting. Like, I did a special where I spoke to other sisters, and we were just talking about, what does her appointment mean for Uganda, for Africa and the world. And I think it's a fantastic example, a beacon, some inspiration that, our sisters, are there, because it's the first time that, definitely Tanzania, but the first time that East Africa has had a female president that's not like in a ceremonial role like they have in Ethiopia. So Ethiopia has a president, but that's, I understand, seems to be a ceremonial role. But this is one where, like, no, she's running things. Like, So it's a big thing. I think it's very exciting. But what I see playing out is that there's going to be, there needs to almost be a call, kind of relating to what you were saying, Sister Ursula, about not seeing this kind of camaraderie with sisters in the diaspora. I think that coming back to what Brother Franklin was saying about these kind of propaganda and suspicion, I think that's one of those things that is planted to us and repeated far many more times than I would like to hear. For instance, the one about, oh, you women are your own worst enemy. The same way that they'll say Black people or Africans are your own worst enemy. And the thing is, each time they make us say it, we are reaffirming that. And it's not actually, I would challenge it. It's not actually true. But the more we say it, then the more we give it energy, you know? So what I've seen in some of the different groups that I'm in, so I run a number of like different sisters groups where we meet and talk about various things, is one of the challenges is actually unlearning what we have been conditioned to think in terms of automatically distrusting our own. Because the number of things, like she was appointed, and then a meme came out that supposedly looked like it was on Twitter with a picture of her, and it said something like, now everyone in Tanzania has to wear masks. And obviously, Magufuli, they didn't have masks. And so initially, people were coming out saying, you see, you know, they've just appointed her, and now look what she's doing. And I'm like, hold on a minute. So I'm in this group of like, we question things, because usually I would be that person thinking, oh my goodness, please do not let this be true. But when you unpick it, it's like, but hold on, this is not the kind of font that they use on Twitter. That account is suspended. They in Tanzania, I think in that part of the world, they don't use English in their social media. They use Swahili. So all these things, but you have to debunk it, because already people have jumped on the rumor mill, and they're like, well, you see,
because nobody fact checks anymore, sis. Nobody fact checks anymore.
No, there you go. And it's so much easier for us to believe the worst. And it's just a sad thing that we would all like to believe that we're good people and we're conscious and we're liberated. And I would say that's an ongoing journey, because I kid you not, I think we underestimate how pervasive this conditioning we have been through is. Like, you will catch yourself out on some things thinking, like really simple things. Like, the thing that jars me now that I understand where it comes from is when we say innocently, but we will hear a fellow African man or woman, Black man or woman speak, and we will say, oh, they spoke so, they were very articulate or eloquent. And it's like, but hold on, do we not know how to speak English? That usually comes from.
Sis, we get that all the time. I'll just touch upon that, to be honest with you, because obviously, like, even though, you know, like, I was born in Cameroon and we were educated, I came when we were 5. Obviously, we've been back. I'll be honest, we don't speak the dialect, but we eat the food, we're embracing the culture, all the rest of it. And a lot of people from our own people, like, when we'd be introduced and we would speak and they'd hear us speak, they'd be like, oh, wow, they speak so proper. Well done. You've done so well with them. Not because we were well behaved, not because we were doing anything outstanding, but just merely because they heard what they felt was Queen's English. You know what I'm saying? And it's those things where people are like, oh, you speak such good English. And I'm like, oh, you speak English. I'm like, well, are you not speaking English? Are we not both speaking English? But it's this perspective. Hey, you're laughing, but honestly, it's
no, it's true. I'm laughing because that's the thing.
I get it more. And I know when I go on the continent, it's even worse, because
it's
worse. I don't want to take you seriously, because my natural voice will be like, oh, hi, sorry, can I get that, please? And then straight away it's like, oh, this one, she's come with the Queen's English. And it's like, I just want to like communicate with my people. And a lot of the time it's that conditioning we have been doing here to make us think that even when we think about relocating, when initially people were like, oh, you're going to take your kids? And we're like, yeah. They're like, all of them? Well, clearly we're going to take all of them. And it's like, but aren't you worried about them getting accents? Sis,
that's
no
so stupid to ask. All of them. Are you going to leave who behind?
I'm just going to leave one. But sis, they ask, oh, but aren't you worried about them getting an accent? And I'm like,
to get an accent.
That's what we're trying to get them to
That's
have.
how serious it is. That's, it's serious. This is...
Yes. It is serious.
That's why I'm just like, Now, enough with all this nonsense. Like, you have to be this way, that way. Forget it. This is my name, my name. If you can't spell it, learn and get used to it. That's it. Because you don't go to Japan and you see someone, a Japanese, show up and say, my name is Coffee, my name is Kojo. So when are we going to wake up?
Thank you.
Oh, please. I would say then, like, if they can pronounce Tchaikovsky, then which one of our names can they not pronounce? Like, that one I would accept anyway.
Thank you.
We're pronouncing people's name with I's and V's.
Listen, they're Africans. We've only got 5 letters in their surname, and people are still butchering it. And I'm like, come on. But then we will pronounce them like European names, like double-barreled European names, which we're taught in our history books, and those ones we recite like it's nothing. And then with our own people, we're stuttering and ummering and butchering people's names. Why?
Yeah. So there's a lot. There's a lot. It's just so the main thing, like above all else, if our brothers and sisters carry nothing else when we go back home, relocate, it's like you've got to have humility, because we don't know the extent to which that that condition is still in us. And I'm saying that being here, and I'll catch myself, certain things, or someone will say something, I'm like, oh, I didn't think about it like that, So it's like humility must be your best friend. You cultivate that from now.
Humility must be your best friend. I like that.
So, Sister, I'm sure our viewers would love to, after watching this, or those that are right here in the chat, would love to contact you at some point to know, what you're doing, how are things moving over there in Ghana. So it would be good if you can share with them your contact.
Sure. You can reach me on Facebook and Instagram at Embrace Yourself Coaching. So you can DM me from any of those ones. I'm also on Instagram as Naa Amerley for President. They're probably the easiest ways to find me. But I'm also on Facebook as Naa Amerley Asante Amar. So Embrace Yourself Coaching on Facebook and Instagram. Naa Amerley for President on Instagram. Naa Amerley Asante Amar on Facebook. And the last one where you can find us everywhere is Power to Our Mothers Foundation Africa.
Excellent.
Great.
Thank you so much.
No, sis. What do you mean? Thank you. It's not every day we have a potential presidential candidate on our Grace our platform, sis.
Yes.
Oh.
Don't forget to go to her GoFundMe, guys.
Yes.
Help build a village, and I put it up right there as well. Yeah, I wish I could put
Thank
three
you,
up the same
thank
time.
you.
So guys, make sure you go check her out and check out all her platforms and keep up to date. And follow. You got a YouTube channel as well, sis?
It's true. I do have. So I have Naa Amerley Asante Amar on YouTube. Power to Our Mothers Foundation Africa. We've just started our YouTube. Most of our stuff is on Facebook. But yes, Naa Amerley Asante Amar on YouTube. And the last thing I'll say is that on Monday, the 12th of April, and each Monday coming, I've just started. I'm running a new free event for sisters, as in Black women only, called Monday Rising Venting Hour. So it starts on Monday at 7 o'clock UK time, and it literally is an hour for sisters to come together and just vent stuff, like drop the strong Black woman narrative, feel negative, get rid of that stuff. And then, to start, so you can really kickstart your week on a good note. So if you the details are on the Facebook page, Embrace Yourself Coaching, or you can find it on Eventbrite. That's Monday Rising Venting Hour.
Yes, you'll find me there.
Great. That's amazing. Any final message?
The week is to vent.
So now, before you leave us, any final message you want to leave with our viewers?
Yes, just thank you for tuning in and watching. Please do keep checking out BKLmailTV and the Diaspora channel, because there are so many people coming through there, and you need to, if nothing else, it's a source of inspiration to see people who are doing things, because you may see yourself in a place like, I'm not sure, could it be me? But the more you see that there are people doing things and we're all doing them differently, maybe that will help you connect to, oh, okay, maybe I can do something with this, and if nothing else, you can help change the narrative for yourself with all the mainstream media we get telling us nonsense about the continent, and those of us, who come from the continent wherever we live. So that's number one. And number two, it's like, it really is the time. I'm tired of people. I'm tired of hearing that we have to the children are the future. Yes, our children are our future. But guess what? If, as I do, believe that the mothers are the first, not the only, but the first educators of our children, then our children are only going to do as well, to the extent that their mothers are doing well. So it's like, help support a sister, your mother, your niece, your your daughter, your grandmother. Help support a sister in your life, and really empower a nation. Yeah, what sister can you support in your life? Because that is part of your legacy. So thank you once again for having me.
Wow, thanks so much, Sister Naa.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
Thank you. So, listen. This is running for politics.
No, it's true. Babes, you say it all the time. Like, our women need to also, we need to be passing down to other women.
Yes.
We need to be sharing that. We need to be showing younger women how to be in a community, how to be wives, to be mothers. Because, like, my husband says to me a lot of the time, and says, I do like some development coaching with other women, and for us, it's quite a private, personal thing, because once again, being in this West, being in this agenda. So I know I've taken us on a total sidebar, but being in this agenda, we're not getting. There's a lot of women which are coming up, and they're not having nobody show them the way. They don't have any guidance. They don't. And we are hearing a lot of, there's no men around and things like that, but women are not coming together and being the ones to counsel each other, being the ones to really support each other, really be there for each other, understanding that
I disagree.
We don't always have it together.
I disagree. Or
some of them even refuse. There's a
lot of empowerment. There's a lot of women talking together. The problem is, it's not the right women. It's not the right women that are talking to our sisters. It's not the right women that are bringing our sisters back to the table, to the family. It's not the right sisters that are leading the sisters.
They're getting it from like the media.
They're getting it from the media. They're getting it from celebrities. They're getting it from whatever the their names are. That's not the women empowerment we're looking for. You see what I'm saying? We're talking about
real housewives.
Real housewives. Real housewives, but nobody's showing anybody how to cook a meal and come together and build the community. And you're not seeing a woman there with like the neighbor's children, or like, yes, I'm looking after all these children.
We're talking about takeaway, not Uber Eats. You see what I'm saying? So this is
goodness.
So no, we have these conversations, and it's true. We're not saying women
those sisters.
I think a lot of the time we're just all grouped as women, and what we're seeing is like real sisterhood. There's a sisterhood, and it's so refreshing, sis, because we need it. Because we have daughters. I think about my daughters. I think about outside of their mother, who's going to provide them and give them the guidance. I think about if they're growing up and the friends they make, have they had the right female guidance around them to now impart on them? Which is why I'm like, let's take these kids back home. Because like you said, there's a different community.
Because the sisters that need to speak don't have a voice in this place to speak. From what I've seen personally, the sisters who need to speak and who need to be heard don't have the space because they shut down the feminist empowerment thing, and they're like, no, we don't want to hear that stuff. We want to hear it this way. And I feel that's disingenuous especially for the men who need to hear that and see a real woman, as well as the sisters and our younger daughters. I'm not sending my daughter to these women to teach them about how to be a woman, because they don't know what they're talking about. I'm looking for real sisters
I would love to be able to take them and show them, look at this village community here.
Thank you.
Look how these women are operating.
Together.
Look how they work together, how they build a community, how they cook with each other, how they teach each other. That is something. Says, where would we get an opportunity? Would I have to take my daughters to see that here? Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, you'd have to look like really, really hard, and that's a whole conversation.
Well, sis, this is like you've left the country, so we're gonna have to look really hard.
That's what I'm saying. So you keep leaving the country.
No, because now we do it online. Now
everything is online now.
Yeah, I've literally, started a number of different groups where we have that space, and we talk about things that matter to us. So the thing that I mentioned to you about this whole strong Black women narrative, like, it's serious. Like, we've carried it for so long, thinking that we've carried that, we must be, and it's very funny because on that basis, without being long-winded, we actually have a very similar narrative to our men. Our men are, men told to toughen up, man up, be strong, this, that. So they've got their one, and then our one is just like, got to keep going, keep pushing through, no time to sit down and blah, blah, blah. It's like, we're not robots, and that's actually hurting us. So to be in those spaces, why I said this, like Monday Rising venting hour, it's like, you're a human being, you're allowed to be weak, you're allowed to be, among your sisters, but then it's your sisters that help, build you up. And again, just why the way that I think us, the way that the way that I look at empowerment, it's not the way that maybe the masses look at empowerment. And Brother Franklin said something that definitely is like a whole conversation for another time about feminism. Feminism is not for African women. It is not for Black women. It is not for us.
Never was. Never was.
Sis, that's a whole different conversation. But no, once again, this is what listen. We're gonna merge this between Dice We Should Know and In Conversation with.
Conversation, definitely. Definitely.
Oh, I love
Thank you so much. Thank you. Keep up the good work. Keep doing what you're doing. Like, there's space for everybody. That's the other thing. Like, we need more of you. We need more of all of us. Like, we need to multiply and all be sharing our stuff, and literally, like, and I've said that to you, and we're doing it. Anytime we have a platform, we extend it to one of us, and the other does this. That's how we build our networks. They keep telling us that we don't know how to support each other and whatever. Well, we're doing it little by little but we're doing it. And it's the smallest things. We don't have to have £100,000 to throw or give to each other, but we can amplify a fellow brother or fellow sister's voice. We can put our stuff on social media, but we can, those of us on the ground, we can literally come and join us for a meal or something. Let's not leave out the most important things because they're not huge. It doesn't have to be massive action.
No. It just has to be real action, tangible, and has to be in the right place.
Real action, that's it. Yes, real action.
But sis, thank you so much for jumping on.
Oh, my cheekbones, sis. Look, my cheekbones.
We are going to have to get you on again.
Workout done for the day.
I
know. Give big shout out to Ghana Internet because it held down.
It held down. Sis, we've been struggling with UK internet, and Ghana internet seems to be doing just fine.
Don't worry.
It was the day today. The day was ours today.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was ours today, sis.
Sister Kai, Sister Ursula, Brother Franklin, thank you so much. And have an awesome rest of the weekend. And we will be in touch, obviously.
Of course, sis. Thank you. And lots of love to the boys, sis.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Have a fantastic weekend.
Yes.
Another great show. Great.
Another one.
That was amazing. I'm actually blown away. I'm kind of energized as well. Do you see what I'm saying? Because it's like my sister's got so much energy.
Yes. Towards the end, it's just like we can go on and on again.
Yes. Let's keep going on and on. So no, I'm really enjoying her presence.
Amazing.
Guys, definitely go and follow her. I dropped her link for her YouTube channel in the chat. So when you're watching this on the rewind or the replay, whatever time you have, go on, stop the video, go and subscribe to her channel, then come back on here.
And then stop the video again and then go to the GoFundMe page.
Yes.
And then come back to the video.
And drop some support.
Drop something. Something.
Yeah, you know, it's energy. Support equals growth.
Every time.
Yeah. It's a mindset, not a movement, family. Okay?
It makes a difference.
Yeah, guys. So,
yeah. So, Kai, any last words?
I'm so happy. We had a great show as usual. And guys, please subscribe, share this live. That's what we are all about. Support, love, growth. So please do that. And if you're a business owner, you know what these two platforms are all about, is to promote, showcase our businesses. So reach out. And we're going to see you very soon. Next week, God willing.
Quick announcement, sis. Sorry, sis. Before you go, quick announcement. We do have an announcement. I'm going to block our face. Oh, no, it didn't come up. I want to go over our face, not under our face.
Yeah, try that.
That one. Okay, let me try this one. Oh, there we go, guys. There we go, guys. I figured it out. Right, guys. So make sure you are, if anybody wants to know about SEOs and how to increase your visibility online or with your brand, whether it's your social media, wherever it is across the social media network, you need to be in this webinar that's going to be happening on the 28th of April. BKLmailTV Consulting is bringing you Aquarius Dawn Nancy. She's going to be dealing with all of our SEOs, and she is an amazing.
Bringing 20 years of talking to bots,
20 years of talking to robots, guys.
Yeah, of setting trends on the internet.
Not following trends, setting trends, and that's where you want to be,
teaching
guys.
you how to you can set your trends, especially because we know online visibility. It's against us. It's against our community. So yes, this seminar, make sure you get involved in it. Yeah. Just ways to scale your business. All of you that want to get a website, all of you that do have a website, listen, it's not just about paying for Google ads and just getting on there. If your SEO is not consistent, if it's not if your back office is not taken care of, then guys, you are just wasting money down the pan, just completely paying for advertising. So make sure you get into this webinar. So there you go. Yeah.
Amazing. We have more sales coming up next week for our handmade wigs, so you don't want to miss that. Yeah.
Listen. Don't worry, people. When those wigs come in, I will be showcasing this head wrap is going to be replaced with some Maison Mocard headgear. Don't worry.
Rocket. Maybe I should get some headgear and some bangles.
Right. Is it?
Yeah.
Or maybe, babes, my wrists are looking bare. Don't you think? My wrists are looking bare. I want to do this as well.
Her wrist is looking bare. Ask her where her box is. Yeah, ask her. Yeah.
Guys, thank you for joining us on the show.
I can see something.
I went all the way to Nigeria, and I got her some handmade jewelry. Ask her where she got it.
And guys, thank you for joining us in this show. It's been really lovely having you on.
Guys, I really do appreciate you.
We do, always.
Definitely showing some love. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, guys. It's free. Yes. So all of you that got your stimulus checks, guess what? I'm not even asking you to spend it. It's free. Click the like, subscribe to the Diaspora channel, subscribe to BKLmailTV.
Please, guys.
You know what time it is. Let's try and get the channel up to 1,000 subscribers and let's keep pushing. And
We've got goals, guys. We've got goals. We've got YouTube goals.
All right, family. So it's buy from one half of BKLmailTV.
And buy from the other half of BKLmailTV.
And from the other third. I keep saying half. It should be third.
It can't be, because we've got to do it in thirds.
Yeah, it could be third.
From love, support, growth.
Have a great weekend, guys.
Have a great weekend, guys.
Have a great weekend, sis. Guys, we'll see you later. Oh, hold on. What am I talking about here? Yeah.